Welcome to Mr. Foy's Easel. Today I'm going to be drawing some cartoons related to these topics. On the farm, in the den, downtown, on the courts. That means tennis court and basketball court. Another one here next to the bottom is in the park, and then in conclusion, in bed. I have said in earlier programs that if you have two or more figures relating to each other, you might want to do a little rough pencil sketch. Now, you're not seeing much here, but these lines represent the positioning of my characters. You'll see what I mean in just a moment. Okay, on the farm is the theme of this program, and so I'm going to have two farm figures, beginning with Mr. Horse. And Mr. Horse is in the barn. He's looking at a window of the barn, and he's relating to a figure over here, Mr. Rooster. And you know, it may be possible that farm animals visit with each other when the farmer is not looking, and maybe they're just passing the time of day like people. Anyway, in the cartoon world, that's highly possible. So here's the rooster, and there's the barn, and blackening in to show it's dark in there. Who knows what they're talking about? Maybe they're feeling pretty good because this is not a work day, or or it's good weather or whatever. He might be asking a question, and the horse might respond negatively. In other words, nay. So there's a couple of characters, and what I tried to do is to show them looking at each other. You know, it would be difficult. I mean, it would be, I'm sure, I meant to say it would be easy to lapse into the mistake of having the rooster looking this way and the horse looking up, but this is close enough here. They're relating to each other. The next one, in the den, is just one character, so we don't have that relationship problem of looking in the right direction. Who would you expect to see in the den if it was a critter? Well, we'll see here in a minute. One of the favorite items in the den is television, and a couch or a comfortable chair is sometimes pretty close to the television. And what would be more appropriate for an occupant of the den than a lion? So, in other words, I'm drawing a scene here from a lion's den. He's got the remote in his left paw, and the expression indicates that it's a pretty interesting show he's watching. It might be a movie about the Jungle Book or something. Anyway, there's, I'll put a lamp here to show that it's got more furniture than just this chair. So that's the way I illustrate that second phrase, in the den. Now the third one involves not jungle critters or farm critters, but just a couple of guys downtown. And it's another one of those where it's important for me to use a pencil to sort of set things in the right perspective. Now, you can't tell now, but what I'm trying to show is a curb. One street goes this way, and the other one goes that way. And I'm going to have two people on the sidewalk here, right at close to this corner. And in a minute you'll see what is about to happen to these two fellers. Okay, the first one is a man who has been shopping, and he's got two boxes with his purchases, and they're sort of obscuring his vision. In fact, plus the fact that they're heavy enough that he's having trouble balancing them to keep them from falling. Okay, let's see how the curb goes here. There's a little grate there, and here's the corner of the building. And as I said, there's an intersection of two streets. Well, this guy's having trouble seeing, and the fellow who's coming the other way he's got a problem of his own. He's checking up on his telephone text messages. And, well, a lot of times in cartoons, the cartoonist likes to show what's just about to happen. And you can tell what that is here. He can't see where he's going, and he's too absorbed in his telephone messages, so he doesn't know he's about to bump into this fellow. So that's one of many scenes I could have shown downtown. Now on the courts, first I just want to show you a critter who's on the tennis court, ready for the set to begin, for the game to begin. And let's have a duck. My ducks are very often sort of athletic. Got his racket. Ready to play. My other court figure is a basketballer, and he's already in action. Is none other than one of my favorites, Mr. Goose. And he's dribbling down the court. Got his goose legs here, and speed lines and dribble lines, I guess you could call them. So there's a couple of court figures, one of them ready to go and the other one already in action. Now in the park is another situation where it's helpful to use pencil lines. And what I'm going to show here is someone enjoying a beautiful day in the park, and he's sitting on a park bench. And he's looking up like this, and he's looking up at something not far away, and I'll fill it in for you. The object he's looking at is a bluebird. He's on a limb of a small tree, relatively small tree, and this fellow here is looking up at it, at the bird, with a smile on his face. In other words, he appreciates seeing this bird, and he also appreciates, and here again, because notice these little musical notes. It's kind of nice to be in the park and have some bird to serenade you while you sit and enjoy the scenes and so forth. So again, it wouldn't do to have this guy looking the wrong way, you know. That wouldn't be a mortal sin, but anyway, it's good to do a pencil background. Now, you may see a few unseemly marks on where I've done the preliminary sketch, but if you have an eraser handy, after the marker dries, why you can erase those lines and everything's be just fine. I forgot to erase them in these other drawings, but anyway, that takes us then to the last situation on my list, in bed. This is simple. Just one person, and that's his arm, and the stripes are on his pajamas, and the bedspread is checkered, and his head is on a pillow. And he's completely zonked out, as you might say. In case there's any doubt about his what he's doing, the Z's, I can tell you he is really snoring peacefully, I reckon, in his bed. I want to put some color here and there on these drawings. I'm going to start with the bluebird because I remember I mentioned he was a bluebird, and I don't want to forget and put the wrong color on him. And my horse character here is a gray horse. I use this same pencil, turn it a little bit to the side, and show the gray. And our rooster friend here is all orangey. A little red comb, they call it. I'll give him a yellow beak. I'm going to color my line sort of yellowish He's, he's got on blue breeches, but he doesn't have a shirt on. He's just sitting there relaxing after all. Green chair. Brown mane for the. Here's pedestrian with the difficult load and a brown suit and hat to match. And got this fella here, red shirt, orange pants. Well, I wish there was more time for me to color up these critters and people, but our time is up, and that's it for Mr. Ford's Easel this time. Tune in again.